Hello everybody and welcome. Some of you might have noticed that I haven't been updating quite as frequently as I used to. In addition to typical Christmas related reasons, that was more of a mess than I expected. I've also been working on some new projects, which I'll probably have appear right here, and then here, and probably switch over to just a full camera view of it. So this one is a game that I actually got to collaborate with a friend on, and is one of my only games that features good artwork for a change. So basically in this game you play as Melody, which is a character from my friend's webcomic, collecting trustworthy sausages, which is sort of an in-joke for the comic. As you go, these Yeti, sliding around, can potentially run you over. I've read the comic, but I'm not entirely clear on if these guys are, like, hostile exactly, or if they just don't pay attention until you make them pay attention. As in the comic, giving them a good hard kick changes their disposition entirely. Not much more to say about this one, really. It was just a really quick game for filler. I would love to do another game with this artist, though, as I have a really hard time making my own art. And the game over screen's somewhat amusing as well. Yeah, I died on purpose just to show you the game over screen. Alright, go to the next one. Now, go. Move it. This is one that I had been working on a little while. This one was actually made entirely with graphics provided via the Creative Commons. And in the description of the games on the sites that I'd uploaded it to, I included the Creative Commons credits. I don't remember all the credits off the top of my head where I'd say them. Anyways, basically, in this game, you can jump incredibly high. Wow, it's been a while since I had actually played this one, so playing it now, I realize why people were complaining about the jump height. Anyways, so in this game you play as Sapphire, the slime, and it's sort of a collectathon, if you will. Collecting things isn't actually necessary, but to get 100%, it sort of is. Now, some of the items, of course, are extremely obtuse to acquire, such as that one right there. You actually have to go past this point, get on top of that tree, then go back to get it. Not exactly intuitive, but it adds to the replay value somewhat, in that you have to, you know, figure out how to get each item. The health bar's in the top left. It's sort of a slime ball thing. My art is horrible. That slime ball thing is actually an example of something I had to draw myself because I couldn't find anything that matched. This is the most difficult part. There we go. Now you can jump on enemies, but in this particular room, the way to unlock the item is to, of course, shoot all of them, because that's totally and completely honest and fair. Okay, I lied. It's terrible. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that one either. Looking back on some of these, I have to wonder what was going through my head, but, you know, as a game designer and reviewer, mostly reviewer-ish, I think I've reviewed slightly more games than I've made. And I completely lost my sentence. Where was I going with that? Oh, right. As a game reviewer, I am not entirely qualified to review my own games since I've made them and know exactly how they go. I guess it's a good thing that I waited this long to talk about it since I forgot exactly what the game was like. Because, I mean, the first time that I played it, I didn't even, or, well, when I made it, I didn't even notice that the jumping was bad. Now, these flying enemies, I don't have a real animation that goes with getting hit by these particular enemies, because in another level, there's some perilous jumps to do, and I didn't really want you to be pushed off the edge of everything. That would get annoying really fast. So I guess I learned one thing and applied it to actual game design. I guess I'd pretty much do nothing but... Well, that was a glitch. No, at this point you can see where I'm going with this game. So let's go to the next clip thing. Hello? Hold on. I need to get a better editor. Or an editor. At all. So I've been working on my newest project mostly. And it's going to be different the way I'm doing the graphics in this one, and I'm hoping, I am so hoping that it does better than what I normally do. Essentially, what I am looking for here is more or less to see if I can make a 3D model that looks halfway decent. Since clearly I can't draw. And it's kind of sad that I'm slightly better at 3D modeling than just plain drawing, but, you know, that sort of thing happens, right? Right? No? Oh. So, my next game, if you can't tell, is going to be a space shooter. The render preview always looks so much worse than the actual rendered result. That's weird. And I'm mostly talking to myself at this point. Why am I doing that? The way I'm talking, I mean. Now, let's see here. I completely lost my train of thought because I got distracted trying to model this thing. Yay. So, what I'm mainly doing, let me save this, is I'm trying to build a series of ships that would be fun to pilot and somewhat different from each other. Let me open up some other ones. This one here, weirdest thing, I was sort of going for engines here, but I could not get it to do that. And when I rendered it, it looked like a frog. And so I kinda went with that and made it look more like a frog. So it's a frog ship. In space! Whoops. Oh, okay. This is a slightly different one. This is actually going to be one of the enemies. It's, as you can probably tell, fairly similar in appearance to the frog ship, except more stunted in growth and wider. And this one's called Sail Ship. I was initially going to make a sailboat of some sort, but then ended up making a, well, you can obviously tell, a speedboat, complete with not rudders, a lot of this stuff zoomed in. At some point I realized I was making a lot of detail and it wasn't showing up in the rendered result because the rendered result was so small. So I instead am implying details so that they look like what they're supposed to look like in the final result. It doesn't look very good in the preview still. Front 15. What did I just do? I destroyed it. It's gone. Okay, I can do this. Oh, there it is. Found it. No need to panic. Alright, let me get back to here. Negative 30. Yeah. I don't know what I'm showing off here. Actually, what might work to show you guys a little bit better, I could increase the size. I'm doing that in these settings. They're kind of off screen. There we go. Now render it. Somewhat better-ish. I think the best view is from here. Anyways, so in this game that I'm working on now, if you can't already tell, it's going to be more or less a completely insane shooter. Literally. Cthulhu's going to show up and it's going to be a whole big thing. And yeah, that's what I've been working on. Why haven't I done any reviews? Well, largely because I haven't found anything noteworthy, really. I mean, I found more games that are sort of exactly like the ones I reviewed before. I've found some that are just clones of other games. I've found some that are lame but not really enough to comment about. So, you know, I guess I'm being a little bit too restricting on only free games and stuff like that. I actually had to cheat a little bit with the dungeon crawl game. It was still free, but it was for the computer instead of the phone. But I mean, I don't have much material to work with. I'm going to have to broaden my searches a little bit to keep getting more stuff to review. Might have to do some retro stuff, maybe. I don't want to tiptoe too much on some of the other reviewers' territory, though, because you know, as soon as I do that, people are going to start making comparisons. Negative comparisons. Yeah, they're probably already doing that now. And at this point, I'm just rambling, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this video to a close, and I'll see you all next time.